Here we have a great question from Mr. Brooke Diamond, or I'm guessing Mr. Brooke Diamond. Anyways, he says, I need to develop a new strategy that I can actually stick to, and can you speak on this for a minute or two? All right, so while I can't give you a direct strategy because I don't know who you are, I don't know what you actually trade, I don't know what timeframes you want to trade, I don't know what your lifestyle looks like, that actually even makes those styles of trading relevant. So what I have to do here is I have to give you a cookie cutter generalized rule set, which you can then backwards engineer and of course apply it to hopefully your life. So here's what I'd say. First things first, try to figure out, or if you haven't already figured out, what type of trader are you? Are you a long-term trader? Are you a macro investor? Are you a short-term time frame trader? Are you looking to scalp? Are you looking to trade trends? Are you looking to hold things for a long time? All of these things need to be defined by you. I cannot answer that for you. I can only tell you my own proclivities, which shouldn't matter anyways, because you are probably not me, and as no one is. I mean, we're all different, right? And so we all naturally have different preferences. So you need to first figure out that, because that is going to make whatever style of trading that you want to fully employ actually easy for you to implement and then fucking follow, which is rather important. So once you have that, then you can backwards engineer. And that's going to be a function of like, how much time do you have per day to trade? How much time do you even want to put into trading per day, if at all? You know, maybe you just want to be looking at like the weekly trend and just trading that, which means that you maybe make a few trades a year. That's fair enough. It's definitely fair enough. It's just all personalized stuff. So you need to first figure out that. If you haven't figured that out, the best way to do it is to just try a bunch of different styles and just figure out which one fits you. And then from there, you can start to construct a strategy that makes sense with that. So, let's say that you've decided that you want to trade the daily trends, and that means that, you probably make a few trades every month, perhaps, because the daily trend doesn't really change all that often. I mean, for example, Bitcoin reversed below 63,500, and it's been the same way for like the last 2 months, for example, or a little bit more than 2 months now, almost 2.5 months actually. And so you'd say, okay, well, if I want to trade the daily trend, maybe I employ at most 3 different indicators. In fact, the less the better, And for myself, if I was going to trade the daily trend, I'd want to use moving averages because I like that for a trend. I like volatility as always, because that always kind of coincides and kind of help me identify where we're at and like when to be a little bit more aggressive and things like that, and when to kind of expect breakdowns and whatnot as well. And then maybe something for momentum as well, just kind of like go alongside volatility for a bias on direction, but momentum was always like a much distant third in at least in my style, at least in my opinion. But overall, that would be kind of the way to go about that. Then what you need to do is you need to go ahead and you need to do the very, very boring process, but very enlightening process of backtesting that fucking strategy. Because why would you ever put any real money to a strategy? Why would you ever allocate real money to a strategy that is untested, that is unproven? Like for this example, I want to, I just did this on fucking Microsoft, or sorry, not Microsoft, but Google Sheets or whatever. Anyways, Google Sheets, yeah. And basically what I did is I went through and I just started testing new strategies, and to get about 100 iterations of a strategy tested takes about 2 hours, actually, if I really like nail it down and get it right. And yes, it's going to require some time, and it's probably going to be worthwhile. And the problem is, or maybe not the problem, but you're probably going to want to, reiterate that as well, at least another few times, because you're probably not going to get it right at first, because how can you? You don't really have any base to go off of. So naturally you will, as you get more and more information supporting or not supporting whatever your theory or strategy or trading strategy is, you will start to, change it a bit as well. So that's what I'd say about that, man. Other than that, it basically comes down to what can you actually be accountable towards yourself for? What can you actually be consistent with? And that usually just has to come with like a bit of experience and knowing your own trading personality. So hopefully that was helpful. And there you go for that, Mr. Brooke Diamond.